Pittsburgh Riverhounds are the USL Championship winners, and Western New York players all over the NCAA D1 tournament. That and more right here on tonight's 716 Soccer. Hey there, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and welcome to 716 Soccer, your home for everything soccer with a Western New York twist. We talk about it all, from youth to pro matches and everything in between. If it's part of the soccer scene in Western New York, we are covering it. We also want this to be more than just a show. It's a conversation. So get involved, take part in our supporters poll, and drop your thoughts in the YouTube live chat. I'll be reading some of your comments on air throughout the show. And don't forget to follow us on X at 716 Soccer for news and updates. Is there a topic that you want us to cover? Someone you think we should interview? Is there something missing? We want to hear from you, so send your suggestions to soccerforbuffalo@gmail.com, and we may feature those changes in a future show. All right, today's supporters poll question is, which of these remaining NCAA Division I teams are most likely to win a national championship? And of course, these four teams, we are talking about the women, Division I women. We have Stanford, Vanderbilt, Duke, Ohio State. I think my vote is going to be for Ohio State, and you're going to see why in just a few minutes. But there's your question. Of course, enter 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat to be counted, and we're going to release the results of the poll at the end of the stream. All right, hat-trick headline number 1. Major League Soccer made major news last week, officially announcing that the league is shifting to a fall to spring schedule starting in 2027. The move brings MLS in line with the global soccer calendar, but it'll require a one-time transition season in early 2027 that runs just 14 games before the full shift begins that July. Under the new format, the season will kick off in mid-summer, run through the fall, pause for a winter break from mid-December to early February, and then it's going to wrap up with the playoffs and MLS Cup in May. The league leadership says the change better aligns with the international windows, simplifies transfer business, and gives MLS Cup a clearer space on the sports calendar. The plan still needs to be finalized and signed off with the Players Union, but the direction is set. MLS is officially changing how its entire season works. Hat-trick headline number 2. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds claimed their first USL Championship title with a 5-3 penalty shootout win over FC Tulsa after a scoreless 120 minutes at 1OK Field, as Eric Dick delivers the decisive second-round save, and Beto Yidrich buried the clincher before a record crowd. Tulsa created the better chances, coming close through Ian and Stefan Lucic late, while Pittsburgh nearly stole an early opener when Luke Biasi cross hit the post and Augustine Williams threatened twice. But behind Dick's 5-save shutout and 8 high claims, the Hounds survived the pressure and finished the job from the spot to secure a historic championship. Hat-trick headline number 3. Western New York was all over this year's NCAA Women's Division I tournament, with 7 Western New York Flash Academy alums making deep runs across the bracket. Kentucky's offensive duo, Gianna Tuzzolino from Williamsville East, yes, and Ava Plezia from Williamsville South, saw their season end in the first round. Iowa's Eileen Solomon from Fort Erie, Ontario. Arkansas forward Paige Szymanski from Williamsville South, and Clemson defenseman Gabby Gambino from St. Mary's of Lancaster all battled into the second round. Now Buffalo's own Linda Allmark from Nichols helped North Carolina reach the third round. And lastly, Ohio State defenseman Moran Gasick from Nichols is still fighting for the championship as they have reached the Elite Eight. Western New York's impact on the national stage continues to grow. All right, goal or no goal. MLS moving to the international calendar is a good thing for American soccer. I am saying goal all the way. Yes, it is a big shift. And yes, it means that, well, first, aligning with the global calendar finally solves the international window problem. No more losing your best players during big stretches of the season, and no more awkward breaks. No more competing with FIFA dates either. This brings MLS in line with how the rest of the world operates and makes the league more credible globally. And the weather? Look, after one season, nobody's going to be talking about it, in my opinion. Cities will adjust. Teams will schedule smartly, and fans already deal with cold games in pretty much every other American sport. So the long-term benefits outweigh the short-term discomfort. And if MLS wants to grow on the world stage, this is the step that they have to take. All right, for the final third tonight, we got a good one for you. In honor of defender Moran Gasick from West Falls, New York, her team, Ohio State, advanced to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2010. After sophomore Anika Poremba scored a golden goal in the second overtime for the second straight match, lifting the Buckeyes to a 2-1 win over number 23 Baylor on Sunday in South Bend, Indiana. And now they head to Tallahassee, Florida next week to face number 6 Florida State on Friday at 5 p.m. And that is this week's Pino's Pick. Can OSU get to the Final Four? Let's find out. What does Pino have to say about this? Yes, Pino chose Ohio State. Excellent work, Pino. I love it. And good job. We'll see how that turns out. But that'll be Friday at 5 p.m. Can't wait to see Ohio State and see them get a victory. So the results are in for this week's supporters poll, and I think I'm going to go with Ohio State here. No surprise there. Ohio State it is. So I'm going to punch in my number 1 there. Boom. There we go. And now we got it. So that's going to be it right there. And of course, don't forget to visit buffaloprosoccer.com/tickets to become a founding member with a $20 deposit. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and we will see you next week. Remember, Buffalo Soccer starts with you.